Did you know that the character Blackbeard in the One Piece manga was inspired by a real-life pirate who also went by the name Blackbeard in 1700s? A man so feared that entire fleets turned away at the mere sight of his flag. A pirate whose very name sent shivers down the spines of sailors. But what if I told you that the real Blackbeard was far more terrifying than the legend? This is the untold story of Edward Teach Blackbeard, the most feared pirate in history. In the early 1700s, the Caribbean was a battleground of empires. Spain, Britain, and France fought for control of the New World, but in the shadows of their wars, another power emerged: the pirates, and among them, one name rose above all: Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard. Born around 1680, little is known about Edward Teach's early life, but by 1716, he had joined the notorious pirate captain Benjamin Horne. He learned the art of piracy, and soon became more ruthless than his mentor. In 1717, Teach captured a massive French slave ship and transformed it into his flagship, renaming it the Queen Anne's Revenge. With 40 cannons and a crew of over 300 men, Blackbeard had become unstoppable. But it wasn't just his ship that made him feared, it was his image. Before battle, Blackbeard would braid slow-burning fuses into his beard, surrounding himself in a ghostly smoke and fire. To his enemies, he was no mere man, he was a demon of the sea. Blackbeard's legend grew as he raided ships from the West Indies to the American colonies. In 1718, he blockaded Charleston, South Carolina, holding the entire town hostage until they paid him a ransom. He walked away without firing a single shot. By now, even the British Navy feared him. But every legend has its downfall. In 1718, the British Royal Navy sent Lieutenant Robert Maynard to hunt down the Pirate King. They found him in the waters of Ocracoke, North Carolina. Blackbeard was outnumbered, but he never backed down from a fight. On November 22, 1718, Maynard's forces boarded the Queen Anne's Revenge in a brutal battle. Blackbeard fought like a demon, taking 5 gunshots and 20 sword wounds. But he still kept fighting. But then, the final strike. Maynard's men surrounded him and finished the job. Blackbeard was dead. But his legend had only just begun. As proof of his victory, Maynard had Blackbeard's head hung from the bow of his ship. Blackbeard's body was thrown into the sea, and according to legend, it swam around the ship 3 times before sinking. But what if I told you that some believe Blackbeard never truly died? His ship, Queen Anne's Revenge, was found in 1996 off the coast of North Carolina. But his lost treasure has never been found. Legend says ghost still haunts the shores of Ocracoke, waiting for someone to find his hidden gold. Others believe that Blackbeard faked his own death and disappeared into history. Was Edward Teach a monster, or a misunderstood man who played the role of a villain to survive? Was he truly the demon the British painted him to be? Or was he simply a pirate who refused to bow to kings? One thing is certain: over 300 years later, the name Blackbeard still strikes fear into the hearts of men. And maybe his story isn't over yet. Subscribe for more hidden history stories. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episode.